In this video, I interview Jason as the person who behind this hotel self-check-in kiosk. Right now, as I speak, the hotel self-check-in kiosk has been deployed to all over Malaysia. We will touch a little bit on the hotel self-check-in kiosk history creation, and we will talk more on the hotel kiosk features so that you can level up your hotel operation. We will also talk about the hotel FAQs, and we will also talk about the hotel kiosk track record coming up on this video. Hi everyone, my name is Farahin and this is Jason.
Hello.
Alright, we are both from Softinn Solutions.
So what we're going to talk about today?
Alright, so we're going to talk about this hotel self-check-in kiosk.
Perfect.
Maybe first, let's talk about the hotel kiosk creation history.
Okay.
So first, can you tell me how you came up with an idea to design this kiosk?
Okay, so the idea to build the kiosk was set long ago. You know, when we set out to automate hotel business, we always have in mind that we wanted to build a kiosk and make unmanned hotel possible in Malaysia. So, but because of COVID, right, we brought forward this plan to build a kiosk because we feel like it would become a good solution post-pandemic, and also we believe the hotel would adopt automations after the COVID pandemic.
I see. Then how long it took for you and your team to build this?
It took us 12 months to build the first prototype, and then after that it took us, we deployed 3 units to the first batch of the hotels to try run, and then it took us another 6 months to polish the process, you know, and so in total about 1.5 years.
Right, that's impressive. Then maybe next, can we talk about the hotel self-check-in kiosk features? So as you guys can see, this is the hotel self-check-in kiosk. Then maybe now, can you demonstrate how the guests can do the check-in via this kiosk?
Okay, sure. So Farah, here on the home screen, you get to see a check-in, walk-in, and check-out. So as a guest, if you book on Agoda, you may arrive at the hotel and check in using your booking reference number.
Yes.
So what I'm going to demonstrate is to make a booking as I walk into the hotel, right? So a walk-in booking. So on the screen here shows there are 2 room types available. So villa room is selling at 200 ringgit and king's bedroom 150. So let's go for villa room, and I get to reveal the details of the room, you know. So then I make a booking. So first, I will need to fill up my name. In this case, I will just use short form because later it will capture my IC and fill up in the PMS. So let's use my number. Okay, email is optional. Right, so click next. So the screen shows the summary of the booking, how much it costs, and also we are collecting a security deposit of 5 ringgit. Okay. So the kiosk has the ability to scan my card and also passport. So in my case, let's try my card.
All right.
So click my card.
Please insert your mic card to start scanning.
And insert my mic card. And once the system detects the mic card, it will start the scanning. Next.
Don't forget to remove your mic card.
So we have notifications reminding the guests to remove their mic card because with a lot of check-in and out, we noticed some guests left their mic card in the kiosk. Right. So these are the payment methods we support. We do the cards, the e-wallets, and also cash. Right. So let's try credit card. So here's my credit card, and I'm gonna do pay wave. Right, so once I pay the room charges with my credit card, and the setting for this kiosk is to collect security deposit via cash. So that's why it is asking for the 5 ringgit security deposit. So, and here's the cash collector. I'm gonna pay with the cash. Oops, I think this note, something wrong with this note. We have one note that is meant for us to check whether it does check the quality of the note. Okay, so once the banknote receiver collected the security deposit, and I will click next to get my
Room key dispensing
receipt,
progress.
and also the kiosk will dispense the room key. Right, so basically what happens now is the kiosk will program the card so that for my one night stay.
I see.
Right, so here's the receipt. As you can see here, I am getting a room VR001, and here's the details of my payment, right? And the Wi-Fi password is also provided here.
Right, that's pretty straightforward. Then how about the checkout process? Is it the same process?
Yeah, it's the same. Basically, you use the kiosk to check out. So since I am staying at VR001, assuming I reach the hotel, the next day I am about to check out.
Please insert your room key.
So I have to insert my room key, click check out, and I will have to key in my room number. In my case, it's VR001. Okay. So I will have to choose the correct name. This is for security purpose. And then I paid 5 ringgit deposit earlier, right? So here's how I claim my security deposit. So the kiosk will dispense the balance. So here's my 5 ringgit. And there you go. So here's how to check out from the hotel room.
Thanks for using Softinn
Okay.
Hotel.
And then also some
Enjoy
greetings
your stay.
to
Yeah.
thank you the guests for staying with us. Alright.
So we have a male and female attendant, virtual attendants of the kiosk. So on alternate day, you will see different front desks.
Welcome.
Okay.
Would you like to check in?
Okay, right.
Okay.
So the check-in and check-out process are pretty simple, and I believe that for first timer guests, it's also easy for them to do the check-in and check-out via the kiosk.
Yeah, we just did a statistic check, right? So last year, basically, we have processed more than 42,000 check-in and out with the kiosk deployed. So it is exciting. I think the kiosk is here to stay, and we are on average we are processing more than 70% of the reservations. For the hotel that use kiosk, imagine 70% of the guests use the kiosk.
Great, that's awesome. Alright, then I believe that this hotel self-check-in kiosk has been in the market for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
So I received some of the hotel FAQs, which are asking, right, if let's say the guests are booked from Agoda, can they check in using this hotel self-check-in kiosk?
Yeah, so we provide a seamless experience for guests who book on OTA, Agoda, bookings.com, etc. So basically, the guests will have a reference number given by Agoda, for example, right? So when they arrive at the hotel, click check-in, choose the platform they book or others, right? Key in the booking numbers given in their booking ticket, and they will get their rooms right away. So we have guests who book 3 minutes before they arrive at the hotel, and they get to check in seamlessly with the booking reference number or the booking number.
Okay, alright, that's great. That means the hotel owner don't have to worry because this hotel kiosk basically serves all the guests from different booking sources.
Yeah, from walk-in, online, So that's why we have out of some of our customers, out of two of them actually go for unmanned. Basically, there is no one at the front desk. It's just kiosk serving the guests 24/7.
I see. Okay, alright. Then just now I saw there's a multiple payment option provided. Then how will the kiosk update the information from the kiosk to the Softinn PMS? Right.
So basically, this is our PMS. So as I refresh, right, you get to see the reservation that I have just made earlier on. So if you notice my name, and here's my reservation, and remember the room VR001.
Yes.
And if you notice, the room status is now dirty. That was because I have checked out from the hotel room. Okay. So now let's look in.
Would you like to check in?
Go in detail and look into the folio. So if you notice, I made payment using the credit card, and here's the transactions recorded in the back end, and what time and how they make payment, and then I paid security deposit using cash, right? So here's the recording, and then I did get my refund at 4 4:38 p.m. just now. So here's the basically the folio. And if I wanted to drill deeper to see what happens to the folio from beginning to end, right, there is a log, activity log to kind of allow the hotels to have an audit trail of the particular folio and reservations.
Okay. So basically from the hotel owner or front desk, there's nothing out from their side. They can go to the PMS to check if there is anything they need to check.
You literally know when, at which minutes the guests check in, when they make payment, and how much they paid and which channel they paid. For example, credit card or e-wallet. You know, the system basically record all those for you. So yeah, that's kind of experience we wanted to provide to hotel owner, so that they can actually further study the activities to improve their operations.
Right, that's great. So I think let's move to the next one. Okay, so the kiosk has been in the market quite sometimes. So from the first kiosk that you have deployed until now, how many kiosks have you deployed from previously until today?
In total, I believe we have deployed more than 11 kiosks, but we have more order than we have deployed, because some we are still waiting for the hotel to complete their renovations before we deploy the kiosk. Yeah, so we have more than 10 kiosks deployed.
Okay, I see. Then based on your experience, do you receive any feedback from the hotel, merchant and guests?
I think for the guests, I will start with the guests. I think for the guest reviews, you'll probably find it on OTA, because we do see guests leaving good reviews on Agoda, talking about their experience using the kiosk. So it has been very encouraging. So for hotel perspective, by the fact that we have repeat orders from one of the hotels, that tells a lot of the quality of the work, and also how much the hotel owner rely on the kiosk for his business. And then in terms of hotel owner perspective, it is always whether it is ROI, whether the guests like it or not. So I think the testimonials and also the numbers tells a lot lah.
Yeah, sure. That's great to hear. So from what I heard from you, is such an amazing response from the hotel merchant and also from the guests. This show that this hotel self-check-in kiosk really helps the hotel operations.
Make sure you don't listen just my word. Go and check out the Agoda and bookings.com for the guest review. So see it for yourself. I think those can't be fake,
Sure. I believe that the guest review are always the genuine one.
Yeah, if they don't like it, they will just write it in the testimonial. So
very honest.
so very straightforward. So and I'm happy to see on those kiosks that we deployed, right? So we have been monitoring the guest experience. So we have been receiving a lot of encouraging words from the guests. At first, some hotels worried that the guests won't like it. So with so many months and this number of check-ins and this number of testimonials, I think a lot of the hotel owners are very happy now because they make the choice of investing in this.
Okay, all right. That's good to hear. I mean, that's very amazing feedback from yourself. Based from your experience, like how you see the hotel merchant choose the hotel kiosk, why you think the hotel owner should buy the hotel
from us, from Softinn, right? So correct. I think there are plenty of options when it comes to hardware. So why buy it from Softinn? Because we provide a seamless experience. And I believe we are the leading kiosk deployment, and also we are the leading kiosk check-in and out. So I think we have the most check-in and out among all the kiosks deployed out there. So it is amazing to see kiosks serving more than 70% averagely.
Yes, correct.
And I have spoke with some 5-star hotels which have bought kiosks many years ago, and they are no way close to this number. So, and why buy it from us? Because we have the PMS, the channel manager is like all in one, So basically, if you have any problem with the systems, we are the one-stop place to ask for support.
Yeah.
Right.
So Softinn provide all-in-one solution for the hoteliers out there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then all right. So now, if let's say the hotel are interested with your hotel kiosk, what if they want to buy more than one for the hotel kiosk?
I'm always welcome more business. If you were asking this because there are some kiosks out there which it doesn't work well when you have more than one kiosk deployed,
correct.
right? So for that, you do not have to worry with our systems. We have already tested, although we have yet to receive more than one kiosk per hotel, but we are ready if that is coming.
So
we are ready to
so that possibility is possible.
We have tested. It is it's doable. It's already implemented, and we have done that kind of implementations. Just to give you an example, how the kiosks work with the PMS. Imagine you as a guest walk to the counter, and you create a reservations over the counter, and you may walk to the kiosk to perform the check-in, and the kiosk will interact with the PMS to know how much outstanding, what is the status of the room, whether the cleaner has cleaned the room before they allow a check-in. So basically the integration is seamless, and the machines talk to the PMS. So so that's why we could have more than one kiosk, not an issue.
Right, that's impressive. Let's say if the hotel owner are quite creative, I must say. If let's say they want to buy a hotel kiosk hardware from you and use with the hotel kiosk software, are that allowed?
Of course. If they buy the hardware from us, of course, not an issue. I think you were thinking if they can buy the hardware themselves from China. So the interesting thing about the hotel kiosk is that we have integrations with other kiosk hardware in the market, and the kiosk is flexible enough to allow you to choose different hardware. For example, for the same passport scanner, you have options. For the room key encoder, you have options. So yeah, I do see that request coming. One day hotel will source the kiosk hardware themselves and install our kiosk software.
Okay. So basically, like these hotel kiosks are actually some of the part are customizable. So
you are allowed to choose different options, but for now, it is always better to buy from the same supplier, because imagine if we could provide a better experience if the hotel buy the hardware and software from us, because we know the hardware ins and outs. At the same time, we have run many tests on those hardware. So I believe the reliability and also stability is way higher.
I see. Okay, right. Great. Then I think this is a very nice sharing of this video. Thank you so much for your time and also your experience in sharing all those information regarding this hotel kiosk. All right. Then I think right now I will invite our newcomer who recently joined us, and he will do the check-in and check-out on this hotel self-check-in kiosk.
Okay. Hi, I'm Shamsul from Sales Department. So I find it very convenient and easy, especially when you're in a rush, because the kiosk operates quite seamlessly and quite fast. So overall, it was a very unique experience for me to try the kiosk. Both have pros and cons. Obviously, we love to have a human touch, but in a case where you're in a hurry or you don't feel like talking to someone, this is a better solution or better alternative, because it does the same purpose as checking in at the counter.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Once again, thank you so much for your sharing in this video.
Thank you, Farah, for hosting the interview, and I knew you spent a lot of time of setting up so that we could have this session, and a lot of work will go into place post the video shooting.
You're welcome.
And I hope the viewer, if you enjoy our video, and do subscribe, and if you wanted to take a look at our kiosk, come visit us, pay us a visit, and see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.